Hello Taurus, and welcome to Positive Light Tarot. My name is Tracy and I am so happy that you are here with me this week. This is your weekly reading for June 23rd to the 29th. So we're going to get right into your reading. I first of all want to welcome those of you that are new to my channel. Thank you for taking the time to be here with me today. Those of you that are returning, thank you for all of your support. I couldn't really put out these videos each week if it weren't for your likes, your shares, subscribing to my channel. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and it really does help me as I journey through my own path here on YouTube. So thank you, Taurus. Now, we're going to get into your incoming energies. Of course, we're going to get tarot cards. We're going to really, put a lot of layers to your reading this week. But first of all, the angels would like me to get your angel number. We're going to reveal it at the end of the reading. See how it ties your reading together. Find out what that angel number is. Please keep in mind that we do have a new moon in Cancer on June 25th, so this is going to be a powerful week. Emotions could be running a little high as well, but there's a lot of emotional growth and inner work that is going to be take place around this new moon. We're going to renew our ways of nurturing ourselves and others around us. And maybe for some of us, it might require us to look back at our past with a new set of eyes. So let's see what happens, Taurus. Your angel number for this week, and we will reveal that at the end. All right, incoming energies for the beautiful sign Taurus. Spirit angels, guides. What are the messages you'd like to share as with the energies for the beautiful sign Taurus? All right, Taurus. Okay, let's see here. We've got number 5 energy. We've got a fear. What are we fearing? It's funny, you've got 2 5s in your incoming energies. Now, 5s are all about change. They can make us feel a little not stable, all right? And maybe it is a little bit of obstacles that we're facing right now. So, Taurus, is there something you're fearful of? Is there something that you've been thinking of? Are you fearful for your future? Are you fearful for your finances? Is there something around you that is bringing this fear in? Because it's something that certainly you can face because you have a lot of strength. And there's no doubt that you will be able to overcome any of the fears. But I feel like there is something that is lacking in your life that's causing the fear. The fear could be lack of optimism. And we all go through those moments. It could feel like there's a lack of money. There's a lack of knowledge. Maybe we don't have insight. Maybe we don't have information. Maybe we're lacking clarity that's causing this fear. It could also be that we are feeling a little bit, maybe we need a little bit more love to come our way this week. Maybe we're requiring a little bit more of that compassion from people that we love, our family members, our friends, our children, our parents, somebody that we're in an intimate relationship with. Maybe this week we're just fearful that we are just lacking in some area of our life, and we're trying to figure out how to get to the root of this. Because when we can figure it out, it releases the fear. This could be something that's very, very temporary. I don't think that this is a long-lasting feeling, Taurus. I think it's something that you're just experiencing right now. We're going to understand a little bit more when we get into the tarot cards. Now let's look at your... Well, that one wanted to come out too, so I'm actually going to take it. These are your current energies. We're going to start with the creative endeavor because that one certainly wanted to fly out, number 8 events. I think that you are currently working on something creative in your life. Whether you're taking up a new hobby, you've decided that, you need to open up the lines of communication to something that maybe your heart truly wants. Sometimes creative endeavors open up new ideas. They spark new conversations. They spark new relationships. And this brings strength, So I think that there is something creatively that you're working on. It could be part of what you've been really keeping hidden. It's a hidden motivation. Number 1, it's our intentions. It's the things that we want to bring into our everyday. It's a magical card. It is like the magician. And I think that you are working on some sort of creative endeavor that is really more in line with what you maybe are keeping hidden. Maybe you're not sharing it with anybody right now. Maybe you're waiting to see that things unfold before you reveal something. Number 2, cycle, status quo. Now, when we live status quo, there's a great sense of contentment, okay, with status quo. And that's fine for people that maybe are happy with living contentment. But if there's those of you seeking a little bit more passion or a little bit more excitement, or, you might want to be changing your circumstances. Maybe you're thinking about things in your life that you've kept hidden for so long, the things that you really intend to bring to fruition, but you haven't had the capability of doing it. And it could be more in line with some sort of creative endeavor. It might actually break a cycle for you where you're no longer going to feel a status quo. Now, so for some of you, number one, people, kindred partnerships. Partnerships can be love partnerships. They can be friendships. They can be soulmates. They can be work partners. They can be partnerships you have with your spiritual advisors, your ancestors, the partnership you have with yourself. It could be an agreement as well. Is there something in your life that's sort of staying status quo? Is there a relationship that you're content with? You're feeling contentment with the relationship, but is there something that's lacking? Is there something that you really are fearing that you need more of? And I think that this could be what you're thinking. This is what's going through in your mind. I am very content with my life, and I'm very content with the circumstances surround my life. I am finally, stepping out of my comfort zone. I'm embracing change with the creative endeavors, and I'm starting to see that there are things in life that are more in line with what truly motivates me. But I'm fearful. I have to really step on the edge of the cliff, and I have to step out of my comfort zone really to bring my intentions to life. And I'm feeling that there's an area of my life that I'm lacking in. And if I can gain some better perspective and I can gain some strength and courage, whatever it is that you're lacking is going to release that fear. So it's all a matter of figuring out what it is that I lack. Because none of us are perfect. We all lack something. So let's get your 6 cards. Let's find out. We've got 1 there. I'm going to start with the first 2, and then we're going to get all 6, and then we're going to clarify. The 5 of coins. For some of you, it could be financial resources for sure. You've got 3 5s in your reading, so we've got a lot of adjustments that are taking place. There's a lot of changes that are taking place in your life right now, Taurus, and change can be a good thing, especially if we're sitting in a status quo where we're feeling a sense of contentment. So it means we're happy. Okay, we're happy with the circumstances of our life, but we feel like there's something we could boost. There's something that we could boost in our life that's really going to bring us out of this consciousness of lack. It's going to help us face our fears, and it's going to help us really feel more like that we're not going at this alone. The 5 of coins can feel that lack of finances. Maybe it is an adjustment period that you're going through right now. Maybe you're in between jobs. Maybe you're in between contracts. You're waiting for some sort of finances to come through. There's definitely light behind the stained glass window that's showing that there's hope, that you are not alone. Even though our circumstances, when we feel a little bit of financial instability, we feel alone, there's actually hope within this card. I believe that your circumstances are changing because you also got the 10 of Cups. So whatever the financial situation that's happening around you right now, it's been a difficult one. But with the 10 of Cups coming in underneath it, I feel like it's the rainbow after whatever that hardship was. There is light at the end of the tunnel here with the 10 of Cups. And I think you're starting to see that I think there's somebody that's giving you some emotional and financial support and help. It's releasing your fear, and it's bringing in more strength. So you're not feeling like you're lacking anymore. Let's now see what the next 2 cards are. It'll be interesting to see what the rest of the cards are, and then when we clarify. So we want to get the 2 cards, 1 and 2. All right. For you, you've got the 2 of Swords. We see in the illustration, the 2 of Swords, you have a blindfold on. So are you at a point in your life where there's some decisions that are required on your part and you're not exactly sure which direction to go? Because the 2 of Swords can be, maybe I'm having a bit of a mental conflict and I'm at an impasse because I really seriously don't have the information. I don't know what to do. And it could have to do with something to do with your finances. So we all get to those points in our lives sometimes where it's like, okay, I'm required to make some sort of a decision, but I think that in order for me to really feel confident in my decision, I need to pull off that mask, and I maybe need to look at the situation differently. Maybe I need to seek out more information to get clarity. And I think that the 2 of Swords is also really urging you to trust in your inner gut feeling as well, because our inner compass really does help direct things as well. The 4 of Coins is you holding tightly onto something. There could be something that you're just, again, this can be this fear. You like and maintain a certain amount of stability in your life. Taurus, you're very much about that. But the problem is, the area where it needs a little bit of an adjustment is the fact sometimes we hold on to things so tightly that we end up not getting the information we need, or we hold on so tightly that we don't trust our inner gut feeling or our inner guidance. We hold on tightly and we don't allow the transformations to take place around us. And when we do that, we're really preventing ourselves from moving forward. And, I think that with this consciousness of lack, it is going to require you to step out of your comfort zone. So that fear that you have of stepping out of your comfort zone might be required this week, because I think it's going to actually open up something even better for you. But it's a matter of whether or not you have the strength to do it. Well, let's see. There could be a circumstance around you that requires you to make a decision, and it's going to require you to release something in order to make that decision. There's a big transformation happening around you, and I think it's a necessary one. It has to do with your emotions, though, so I think I think this has been an emotional time for you, Taurus, and I think that your life is starting to transform. You're ready to end a cycle that was causing some sort of emotional disappointment or some sort of sadness. There's definitely hope and light here in the Five of Cups. We don't just look at the 3 cups that are sad and dark. We're actually looking at the transformations. We're seeing that life is making some changes here. It's requiring you to release something to allow the transformations to take place. Change is inevitable. Change is happening. And what this is going to do is this change in circumstances is actually going to release whatever this emotional heavy weight that's been on you. I think that a lot of you have been holding on to something, and it's been requiring you to, it's been actually preventing you from making a choice and a decision. And for some of you, I feel like you have maybe had to take on some financial responsibilities of someone else. And I feel like that's why you're feeling a consciousness of lack, because I think I feel like you've been maybe financially supporting somebody else in your life, and now it's time to break free from that. The transformations need to take place because you're going through an emotional healing period here. All right, that's for some of you. Let me know if that resonates. I appreciate it. Now, the 5 of Coins and the 10 of Cups, I feel like there's relief here, right? There's this happiness. It's the rainbow after all of this change. Yeah. There is some sort of truth coming, and it's being revealed this week. And the Ace of Swords brings balance to a situation as well. And the reason why I say balance with the Ace of Swords is because when we're holding up that Ace of Swords, it is incredibly heavy. So if we have the strength to keep that upright and not sway, we're bringing balance into our life. This is a victory card. So you're coming to a realization, and there's a truth that's being revealed and a breakthrough moment that's happening, and it's releasing whatever this is financially that has been causing this consciousness of lack. It's releasing the fear. And this Ace of Swords removes that mask in the 2 of Swords. So now you're getting truth. You're getting that breakthrough, and now you're going to feel a great deal of confidence. Let's find out with the 2 of Swords and the 4 of Coins. Let's see what's going on with that. You've got a tower moment here, Taurus. That's okay. We've got towers happening more and more. We can embrace tower moments. Okay, we should try not to be fearful of them, because sometimes we need to break the chain of the fear. And the tower is you staying in your own strength and saying, okay, life is going through changes. I'm ready to accept the changes. I am not going to walk around wearing a mask anymore and feel like I'm at an impasse to make decisions in my life. I am ready to release whatever fears me the most, and because I don't want to lack in any areas of my life. I want to bring love. I want to bring balance, and I want to bring financial stability. I want to bring knowledge to a situation. And I think that transformations are taking place, and I think there's going to be a sudden revelation or a sudden change that actually brings all of this into light for you. With number 13, the Death, and the 5 of Cups. For some of you, there could have been a loss of some sort, and you're just trying to get over it. You're trying to emotionally get over it. And you got the 8 of Cups. I'm actually going to take a couple more cards for you this week, Taurus, because I want to get to a little bit more levels here. The 8 of Cups is emotionally walking away from situations because they no longer emotionally serve their purpose, and it takes strength to be able to do this. Something certainly emotionally has hit you hard. and you are going through a restructure, you're going through a change, and you know what, it's something you've been holding on to tightly, but you're starting to realize through change that it's time to let go. And it's a decision that you know that you have to make. You have to remove the blindfold and you have to make this decision because it's going to release the fear. It's going to release whatever you're lacking. It's going to bring more strength internally and externally in your life. And these transformations are actually going to open up your heart, and you're going to be able to look at things so much more positively as well. The Eight of Cups, you don't know necessarily which door you're going to go through, but yeah, and there's no light in that door, but you are empowered to make some emotional changes in your life, and this is your time to shine. Taurus, let's get one more for the Eight of Cups. Now you've got the Eight of Swords. You know, you've been actually holding yourself hostage. The lack that you feel is because you have really been looking at a situation where you feel your hands have been tied. Somebody or a situation around you has really made you feel like your hands are tied and that you felt like there was no solutions. But things are transforming and changing, and it's been affecting you emotionally, but there's going to be change. And look at this. You need to see this. Eight of Cups, Eight of Swords, Eight of Wands. 8. Eights are about mastery, action, and accomplishment. You're accomplishing something. You're emotionally accomplishing something. You're mentally accomplishing something. There's a victory here. You're walking in a new direction, and even though you're fearful because you're not sure where that direction is going to lie, it's breaking you free because no longer are you going to feel that sense of lack. You know, you've been really too hard on yourself, Taurus. It's time to break that chain. Let that energy go. Because the Eight of Wands is positive movement forward, and there's messages to support this positive movement forward. And I think you're going to see the clarity of that message this week. This is a breakthrough moment. This is a pivotal moment where your life circumstances are changing. No more status quo. You're elevating your life experience here, and it's all going to remove that blindfold, and it's going to help you transform things. It's going to bring more emotional stability your way. And I think you're going to look at the past maybe from a different lens, and it's going to break you free. This is a very liberating week. All right, Taurus, I want to get your angel messages. These are specific messages for you this week. There we go. And the one. All right. You got number 18, communication. So this is a very important week for communications. Communication breaks that blindfold as well. So it's all about accuracy. So receiving information that's accurate, that is valid, that is informative. That is that Ace of Swords. Expression. So really, when we are communicating, it is our body language. It is how we express ourselves that is going to be so important. There's a sense of intimacy here with the communications, and that could have a lot to do with the kindred partnership. The people that are around you. Opening up on an intimate level, letting something shine through. Stop holding on so tightly and allow that intimacy, intimate moment, or even allow your expression to help release something. And then there's a lot of honesty here. So be honest not only with others, but be honest and true with yourself as well. The communication and dialogue that you have with people is important, but that communication and dialogue you have with yourself is even more important. And I think this week is that breakthrough with that. And you're going to have positive movement forward and positive messages to really, to be able to embrace this moment as well. Okay, I'm going to do an additional card here for you. It is the Super Attractor cards. Now, these can just be mantras or sometimes just little words of wisdom. So let's see what your angels would like to support you with this week. We could just get one. Okay, well, we got two for you. And the first one is, it says, true manifesting is about receiving what is of the highest good for all. See, we manifest things. Manifestations come through our hidden motivations, which is in your current energies. You know, you're seeing that true manifesting isn't just about receiving it for yourself, but it's actually something that helps all those around you as well. All right, so that's a very important message. And then it says, I can do less and attract more. This is a beautiful, well, you can see a moon, you can see a sun, you can see the rays. It's almost a third eye. There's a sense of protection here as well. There's a great sense of intuition, following your gut instincts, following your own intuition. The eye of protection is watching over you, and it's encouraging you, saying, you know what? You don't have to be taking on all of these burdens. You can do less and actually attract more. A lot of abundance coming your way. All right, let's look at your angel message. I definitely want you to keep in mind 5s, okay? So there's a lot of building going on. There's a lot of change happening. But where there's change, there's 888, mastery, action, and accomplishment. Let's see what your angel number is. Wow, and now you got 7777. All right, so that is perseverance. It says change of perspective, reflection, inner strength, wisdom, and enlightenment. It says there's a need for a change of perspective on whatever has taken over you now. If you want to succeed, you need to keep going down the road you're on. Reach for the wisdom within, and then you'll just know what the right next step is. And that is following your intuition with the 2 of Swords, gaining insight and gaining knowledge, and following your intuitive path. You know that next step is the success that comes behind staying on the path that you're on. Again, the 8 of Wands is positive movement forward. So you are moving in a very positive direction. 7777. Thank you very much, Taurus, for joining me today. I want to thank you for spending your time with me. Time is precious. When you choose to spend that with me, I appreciate that so much. Please leave comments. I love connecting with your energy. And until next week, sending love, light, and positive vibes.